Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Dennis, and welcome to our first Be Youthful event for 2021. I want to wish you all a happy new year, no matter where you are in the world. And if you are here learning about redox for the first time, it is great to have you here with us. So what is going to happen today is we're going to give a short overview of this amazing redox technology, and we invite you to listen, and then we're going to invite you to take part in a 28-day challenge. So we've got some prize giveaways that we're going to give away throughout this call. So I would love for you to pop in the comments where you are calling in from. We would love to hear where you are calling in from with us today, and let us know where you're calling in from and who invited you along to this event. So how today's going to run is we're going to hear from several different people about their experience with these products. So make sure you interact in the comments, because that's how we are going to come back and do our giveaway. So please let us know where you are calling in from, and what is the weather like where you are today. We've got people from all over the world. So we have 4 other fabulous women joining us today. We have Sally Diamond, Jennifer Vasquez, Julie McDonald, and Jen McDonald. So before we jump in, let me know in the comments what you're interested in hearing about. Are you interested in having more energy? If you're interested in having more energy, drop a 1 in the comments. If you're interested in reducing the signs of aging, drop a 2. If you're interested in less aches and pains, a 3. If you're interested in better sleep, a 4. And if you're interested in balancing your mood and feeling more happy, drop a 5. Maybe you're interested in more of those things. So firstly, let's jump right in and check out some of the results that people experience with this amazing technology. So people experience really, really phenomenal results, and you can see these results for yourself. So this was very early on when I was first introduced to the products that we're going to be talking about today, Renew 28. And this lady, she had these phenomenal results that you can see right here on screen in just 7 days. So massive difference in the visible signs of aging. And there's lots of people who've had these kind of results where you can really see a huge difference on the outside through taking before and after photos. However, people also get results that you can't see. They get results with things that you feel and can experience as well. So I'm going to hand over to Sally Diamond, and she's going to talk a little bit about those kinds of things, about the results more that you can feel rather than just see. And Sally Diamond is called the body specialist, and she has spent many, many years working with clients to help end and alleviate their pain and discomfort. And she has a wealth of experience in this area. So over to you, Sally.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us here today. I'm calling in from Redcliffe. It's nice and hot and sunny here. And today we're going to be talking about Renew 28. Of course, this is our trusty gel that we use for everything in our house, everything from being out in the sun too much, which we were doing a lot of over the holidays, right down to being back to the gym, which I just started back this week, and everything in between. So if you have children, we use it on our children for everything from minor mishaps when they've got discomfort, growing pains, or anything that happens to your children. We use it as our first thing when anything happens. So the best way to use this is 3 times in 5 minutes. So I would like to ask you all now to pick up your tube of Renew 28, or if you have a sample tube, and we're going to apply it 3 times in the 5-minute period. So over this call, you can keep applying it. So pick an area of your body that it's not quite feeling normal and you're having a few issues with. It might be skin issues, it might be discomfort, it might be just anything that just doesn't feel right, and rate it from 1 to 10. So I'd like you to drop the comments there out of 10, 1 to 10, what you're feeling, 10 being the worst. And we're going to apply the gel, but first we must shake it. So shake the gel, it mixes the gel concentrate with the substance that's suspended in. And we're going to use a nice blueberries amount, and we're going to apply it. I'm just going to use it on my face because that's what you can see. And I use this on my face at least twice a day, and I apply it like on screen to my entire face area. So you're going to do the same thing to your area, whether it's your neck, your elbow, your skin, the back of your hands, wherever you're feeling that discomfort. And you just apply it in, let it dry, and then in the next few minutes, you'll be prompted again to add another coat of that Renew 28. So that's the best way that you can apply the gel. The only time it works is when it's on, so you've got to get enough of it on often enough to actually have the effect that you need. Next slide, please, Nicole. Is that slide going to click over? Oh, so some of the things that we experience when we use Renew 28 is for skin priming. So it helps to reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles. That's why I use it on my face. Enhancing skin texture and smoothing the skin. For skin recovery, so anything that has damaged your skin, whether from sun or from shaving, or you've got some minor accidents that have occurred, you can apply this gel, whether it's minor or major. We've used it on both instances, and it will help your skin actually to recover. Cell renewal, it contains active redox signaling molecules. It's the only ingredient in the Renew 28 product, and it's supporting accelerated surface skin cell renewal, which is helping to make you look younger and so that you have no wrinkles. Other claims that we can make is it's non-greasy, all skin types, and it's a gentle form. If you're allergic to this, that's very, very important. And it doesn't matter if you have skin, it can be used because it will regulate your skin, the whole purpose, regulating your skin to come back into normal. Next slide, please.
That was it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So you can now apply another dose to your area if it's your neck, and you'll just keep applying that there 3 times.
Yeah. So keep applying
Next
it.
Next up, I think we have.
Yeah, next we have Jen, and but there's loads of videos from you in the group too, right, Sally? So we've put them in there. So do you want to just share a little bit about like the video? You've done a heap of videos on different ways to use Renew, and we've popped them into the group in the units.
Sure. If you go into the units, you will find a number of videos on how to use the product on your knees, how to use it on your lower back, how to use it on your stomach or your throat or your chest area. So feel free to go into those units and have a look. And they're just very short 1 to 2 minute videos that you can really learn how to apply this, because it's a full body gel that can be used everywhere your fingers go. Don't be afraid to put this, because it's completely native to your body. You're not putting anything foreign or toxic. It's just enabling your body to heal and repair.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sally. So if you've got a sample, you probably might be watching the replay. Use that, as Sally said, like the 3 times in 5 minutes, and come back and pop in the comments like your results, like out of what you were out of 10 before, what you were out of 10 after you've applied it, had it on for 15 minutes or so, because we will be coming back and doing some prize draws after the, we give replay viewers an opportunity to watch this as well for some giveaways. So make sure you come back and comment on that. So next we have Jen McDonald, and Jen is also a health professional with many years experience, over 25 years experience as a health professional, and she's going to share with us a little bit of some of the incredible results that she saw with her clients when she introduced Renew 28 into her clinical practice. So over to you, Jen. Thanks for being here.
Great. Thanks, Nicole. And welcome everyone who are watching it and watching the replay. So look, my initial first introduction to redox was definitely a colleague of mine. I'm a reflexology practitioner. So a colleague reached out to me and just basically was telling me about this awesome product that had come into Australia. I was really keen to try it. She certainly spoke about wrinkles and things like that. But what I had at the time was really terrible inflammation in my hands. Having been a practitioner for a long time, I had really swollen and sore joints, and some of my fingers weren't bending so well, and particularly my thumb wasn't. So I started using the redox gel on my thumb, and I had an outstanding change in that. I had a really big reduction in inflammation, and pretty soon after that, I started to see that this could really benefit a lot of people in my life, in my family, and also in my clinic. So the first slide that you've got there, Nicole, is not a particularly pretty looking photo. I'm aware of that, but it does tell a lot. And, this lady wasn't looking for improvement in wrinkles. She was certainly looking at an improvement in the situation that she'd had for 18 months, where she had used a lot of lotions and potions. And fortunately, her beauty therapist, Marnie Mogg, who's in Toowoomba, she was switched on to what redox could do. And she suggested to her, let's try it on your foot, because she'd had this condition that was itchy, it was weepy, it was causing her a lot of discomfort. She had to walk with a cane. And she said, I'll give it a go. So she applied it, and she applied it twice a day. And after 18 months of no results, with lots of other creams that she'd been given from, you know, her doctor and the chemist, in 5 weeks, she had a huge change in what I would call cell renewal, like what Sally was talking before, the cell renewal and the skin recovery. That's exactly what she's got. You can see how quickly her skin's changed in 5 weeks. And that's over 5 years ago now that she used the gel, and I'm happy to report she is walking around and living her life in a great way. And this lady's in her 80s, so it was a remarkable result to get for someone of that age, but you can see how quickly it actually works. And then the next slide, this was a first aid issue that happened in our house very early on. The dates are on there in the 2016. I was introduced to the product in 2016, early 2016. And what happened in our home is that my wife dropped a pot of boiling hot water on her feet, accidentally, of course, in the kitchen, and it resulted in a trip to emergency and some treatment there. But what happened is we knew a little bit about the redox gel, and we thought, well, it can't hurt, and it's incredibly soothing. And we knew that it was to do with increasing the cell turnover, and that's what these very badly burnt feet needed. They were second-degree burns. So really just applying the Renew at first around the bandages, because there were bandages that covered these burns, but around it on the legs and so on. And then, you know, within 3 or 4 days, there were some big changes happening. The discomfort went away. That was one of the big things. And then it was really soothing. So it you know, from when it started, which was 22nd of March to the, I think that says the 12th of April. So it's a couple of weeks later, the skin certainly made a huge difference, and no scarring appeared on those feet whatsoever. So incredible first aid product. Fantastic to have this product in your house. You know, put it in your kitchen, leave it in your bathroom, put it in a couple of areas in the house, because you never know when you're going to need this for a first aid. So what I started to see really early on were just incredible results, and that, you know, certainly enthused me to keep sharing it with people over and over and over again. Why would you keep it a secret? Thanks, Nicole.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Jen. I love listening to those stories. Even though I've heard them before, they're so amazing. So next we have another person who's going to share their experience. So Janine Bebauskas has also many years of experience in the health and wellness space. Working as a practitioner, working with many different health and wellness companies. And so there was her experience of what happens when she introduced Renew 28 and redox technology into her life. So over to you, Janine.
Thank you so much, Nicole. It's great to be here today. Welcome all of those who are with us now, and for those of you who join us for the replay. So, yeah, a colleague from a previous business reached out to me in January 2015 because she knew that I would be interested in a breakthrough technology. And what she didn't know, though, was that I was suffering terribly with my health. I was turning 60 and I found myself in a position of being incredibly burnt out. I'd worked just way too crazy hard for a decade. And when I left that business and did all sorts of things as part of my recovery, including a month in India working with Ayurvedic doctors, what was perplexing to me was my body wasn't healing. It wasn't recovering. And, you know, this was a foreign place for me because I had all the answers, right? I knew the modalities to use. I knew the supplements to take, but my body just wasn't recovering. So very quickly, I looked at some research that she sent to me. I got goosebumps. And I just felt that this was something that I was going to look at very, very quickly. So I got all my questions answered, and I had plenty of them. ordered in the gel and started applying it to the areas of my body that was hurting. And I had joint trauma, so I had restricted range of movement with quite a few of my joints. I was the first time in my life I was looking my age, and that concerned me because I knew if I'm looking rusty on the outside or on the inside, things were rusting out as well. So not a good sign. And look, besides that, I had low energy and just felt shocking, really. So, started to apply the gel to these joints, and I've got to say the results just blew me away. Within 2 weeks, and I'd had this joint trauma for 5 years, so it was chronic. In 2 weeks, complete resolution of the joint trauma. I had full range of movement in all my joints. I couldn't activate any discomfort if I tried. That really got my attention. Of course, I was applying it to my face. I mean, wrinkles are just damaged cells. I had some knee trauma as well, so I was applying it to my knees. And that was really the main sort of spots I was putting it on. I just put it on twice a day. Well, the interesting thing is, along the path, in somewhere inside of 6 weeks, I had sun damage on my nose. It's one of those kind of things that you normally have to have surgically removed, and I wasn't up for that. That just fell off, right? Now, I'd had that for 2 years, and if I bumped it, that scab would bleed profusely and be very, very uncomfortable. It just went. So that was a surprise. I was not expecting that. I had 3 clients who came all in the 1 week. It was about 6 weeks into using the molecules on my face. And the 3 of them all asked me, had I been to Thailand since they saw me and had, some face work done. Good face work, of course. And, I really smiled at that because, I could see it myself, but I knew the molecules were working. So that was just super interesting and a wonderful bonus. But also that told me that, cells were repairing on the inside. And also in that 6-week period, I met up with some friends who are naturopaths and homeopaths. And straight away they said to me, oh my God, what are you on? You look different and you feel different. And let's talk about the feeling here for a minute. My energy was back. My mojo was back. I was ready to kind of create what's next in my life rather than struggling every day as if I was pushing that stuff uphill. So, it was an incredible journey and experience all within 6 weeks. Now, the other thing was the backs of my knees for a decade had been so sort of black and marked with veins that for a decade I'd been wearing tights during summer. I just gave up on trying to get these veins dealt with. And somewhere in that 6 weeks, I looked at the back of my knees and they were gone. So, it's been 6 years now and I no longer wear tights during summer, which I've got to say is just pure joy for me. So that's where my journey started. Of course, it wasn't hard to share because people were asking me what was I on, what was I doing, and this technology occurred to me like everybody needs to know about it. So I'm forever grateful to Cheryl Penrose, who reached out to me 6 years ago with just a couple of simple lines. Hey, this is something I think you'd be really interested in, a health breakthrough technology. So absolutely thrilled to be here with you today and sharing my story. Thank you. Back to you, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Janine, for being with us to share your story. So I love, we've heard from 3 people so far and, all, have had different experiences with, so obviously all helping with our health and, healing at a cellular level, but on all different challenges and issues. And you had a lot of great results in different areas as well. So if you've had a sample and you're watching the replay and you've done this 3 times in 5 minutes, please put your results out of 10 before you did it in the comments, and then after 10, and what your experience results after 15 minutes of doing the 3 times in 5 minutes, what your score was out of 10 in terms of your discomfort or restriction of movement. I know a lot of people will come back and watch the replay of this because a lot of people are down here in the Southern Hemisphere are on holidays or just getting back to work this week. So next, we have our next speaker kind of adds a little bit of a celebrity endorsement. So Julie is one of our Olympians in Australia, was an Olympic swimmer here, and she's had some really incredible results with the redox as well. And I know she's mentioned to me on more than one occasion that she wished she had redox available when she was competing. So over to you, Julie McDonald.
Thanks, Nicole. Hi, everybody. I hope you've had an amazing Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. So, yes, I got introduced to the redox through Sally Diamond. She is obviously a pain specialist, and I'd spent 8 months searching for a result that could help me after I did a push-up challenge in the gym and done some damage to my neck. I was in extreme discomfort. If I accidentally bumped my hand or arm, I would be almost crippling and screaming out in pain. It was terrible. So I searched a lot of different therapists trying to find a solution. So then I went to Sally, and she said she'd just been trialing this gel in her clinic, and she wanted people that she knew to give her a testimonial that she could trust. So I was more than happy to give it a go. I purchased 6 tubes. I used a tube a week on my neck, and within 6 weeks, I had no more discomfort. I could raise my arms above my neck and be able to dress myself and do my hair and everything for myself without causing any kind of discomfort. So for me, that was the start. And then my partner, Sasha, is a tradie, and he is a plasterer. So he's had bursitis in both shoulders and tennis and golfer's elbows in both elbows. And he had been trialing everything as well, trying to get a resolution for himself. And within 8 weeks, 8 tubes of gel, he had no more discomfort when he would work. And he was able to get back a lot of productivity as well, because, if you're in any kind of discomfort, you don't want to be pushing yourself at work if you're in a physical work. And so that was a great resolution for him. Then I guess for us, our turning point was what it did for Sasha's mother. And she had had a stroke about 12 years ago. She was on lots of different medications, up to 15 different medications, all as a result of either needing it for a side effect of one medication or because of the stroke. So we picked her up from hospital one day, and she'd been there for vertigo as a result of one of the medications. And Sasha asked the doctor, is there anything he can get her off? We knew that these drugs were killing her. And he basically went through the list and said, no, she needs them all. And, she's 75. Why bother? She's only got another 5 or 10 years left. Now, he said this in front of her, and she is a strong Russian woman. Grew up on a farm, but when we got her home, her whole demeanor changed, and she said, I don't want to wake up anymore. I'm tired of the pain, and I'm sick of going to hospital. So the photo on the right is she ripped her arm while we were there. Her skin on her arm was very thin, and I always carry a tube of gel in my bag, and I said, Mum, use this twice a day. And I knew we were picking her up 4 days later to go to hospital to get some stents put in because she needed a knee replacement. So when we rocked up 4 days later, that middle photo of her arm, you could see that the bruise had gone and the scab had formed. And for a 75-year-old woman with this condition on her arms, this was remarkable. And it gave her the confidence to start using it properly. The photo on the right, the pink flesh, is basically a week after that Wednesday. So within 10 days, we had resolved that issue for her that would normally take weeks and weeks and weeks. And then, as we said, this is aging backwards, and the photo up on the top right, on the left is when we first started Mum using the redox. And then you can see the transformation of her face over that next 18 months. So she is aging backwards, and we no longer need to get Mum a knee replacement because she's been using the molecules. Now, my other story with these molecules is that I am also a stage 2 melanoma survivor, and I have been 6 monthly at a dermatologist for the last 23 years. And I have lots of different things that pop up in the meantime. And so I started using the gel on them to see what would happen. And both these photos are me. I take documented photos to show my dermatologist, and I get her to check them every time. And I'm more than happy with the results that are happening with my skin. She's not had to burn anything off my skin for 3 years now. And I've given her the science, and she just says, keep using it. So for me, that's a great preventative on sun damages layers and layers deep. So I'm continuing using the product so I can, address those concerns. We also use it as a first aid kit, and I decided to clean out the first aid cabinet and just see what I can replace with using either the gel or the liquid. And we were amazed what we could replace, right? So you may recognize some of these products in this photo, and that we just thought, well, we'll put them all together and see what we can, use. And for one product, we can replace all of this. So it's for us, I call it my miracle gel. During Christmas baking, I burnt my finger on the oven, on the grill of the oven. Basically, because I'm cooking, it immediately blistered. I didn't have time. I quickly ran and put the gel on it quickly, but I didn't have time to really address it because I'm making gingerbread and things like that. And later that afternoon, the blister was, quite hard. So I've taken photos, and I just kept putting the gel. I didn't need any medical attention, which was great. So for me, it goes on everything. And, if I get itchy bites, I'm prone to getting mozzie bitten. That goes straight on to help prevent any itching, and we use it for everything.
It's awesome. Thank you so much, Julie. It's that's one of my favorite slides. You replaced all of this with this. It's amazing. So you've had so many great results, and you've heard great results from all of our speakers today. So I'd really like to thank them for taking the time to be able to give you, if you're here learning about this, some education about what is possible through introducing the redox technology to your life. So we do have some prize giveaways. So if you're watching the replay, come back and comment in the comments when we've asked you to comment. Remember to put your 3 and 5 there. I'd love for you to share with me, what was the thing that you learned out of today? So share in the comments. What was something, a new insight that you got today out of listening to the speakers, or something that really surprised you about what is possible with this redox gel and the redox technology? So we're going to come back and we'll do those prizes. We'll give you until Monday, the 18th of January, midnight, Australian Eastern Standard Time, Brisbane time. So this is kind of early Monday morning for the United States, and a little bit later in the day for Europe. So you can still invite people to this group to watch the replay, and they can still participate in the prize draw. So if you're here and you're learning about this, we would like to invite you to do our 28-day beYOUTHiful challenge. So as you can see, this product is about, can get you results with your wrinkles, but it is about so much more than that. So the challenge is to use 4 tubes in 28 days, 1 week, the whole body once a day, the face and neck twice a day, or you're going to really focus on an issue where you might have a challenge in your body. If you do have something that's a specific challenge, get back to the person who invited you to, get some guidance on using the product, and also those videos from Sally if you go to the units of this group. So there's a 30-day money back guarantee, which is fantastic. So 30 days money back guarantee. So you can try this, do the 28-day challenge with no risk to you, 30-day money back guarantee. We want you to track your results. We have a wellness tracker. You can find that in the units. Take before and after photos. You saw some great examples of those today. And we also have some bonuses for you. We have a Live Well guide, which has just got information on the full range of products that are available through the AEST company, which is the company that develops Renew 28. And we've also got all those product usage videos and tips added to this group for you as well. So if you come back and share a testimonial as a new redox user during this challenge, complete your wellness tracker before you start, take a before and after photo, come back and share your testimonial in this result with the hashtag real results, and we will draw a prize as well for the best testimonial that is shared. We'll give you until the 24th of February to do that, to give you time to order, get some products, and have that full 28-day experience. If you want to upgrade and really focus on the anti-aging on your face side of things, we do have a Renew Advanced Skin and Body System, which has some discounts when you buy it in a bundle. So it comes with a cleanser, a moisturizer, and an intensive redox serum, which is a much more concentrated form of Renew 28. So this photo here is actually a friend of mine. So that is my bad photography skills of uneven lighting. But this is a photo I took of her at 11:30 p.m. at night. We'd been sitting up having a chat, and I said, I have to take a photo before I give you this product. She'd been using Renew 28 for about 6 months, and she hadn't used the serum before. So she went and used the serum that night before she went to bed, and a couple of times the next morning. And this was a photo at 8:30 a.m. the following morning, and you can see a dramatic difference in the eye area from applying the intensive redox serum. So please come back and put your comments in the replay, and we will be drawing some prizes for people who have watched the replay by midnight, Monday, the 18th of January. So you can still invite people to this group to watch the replay of this call and to take the 28-day Beautiful Challenge. So people really do get phenomenal results. This is actually someone that got a sample from Jen McDonald, who you heard from today, and she got really great help with her thumb. So she's a reflexologist and was really struggling with her thumb. She was either having to have a cortisone injection or something extreme done, which would have meant significant time off work. But as soon as she tried the sample, she knew it was something special. She felt a tingling in her thumb and also an energetic reaction. And after 28 days of using it, all of the discomfort had gone from a 9 to a 1, and she was very delighted and so grateful that she is still able to continue her work with no pain and discomfort and without the worry of having to go and have something more extreme done. And she's also found it has more energy, her arms feel tighter, and she is also not starting to notice the difference in the way that she looks as well. So you really can get incredible results in a very short amount of time, and it's completely 100% safe and non-toxic. So it really is a great product to have at home and to use with all the people that you love and care about. So thank you very much for being here. Just to recap, come back. You can invite people to watch the replay, put your comments, and we'll come back and do a prize draw. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much to all of our guests here today.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Everybody, thanks for coming on.